Hello and good afternoon, everyone. It is the day before New Year's Eve of 2024. That means December 30th of 2024. This is a short video on disassembling or a process, part of the process, disassembling a power truck for a 3-rail locomotive to convert it to 2-rail. Anyway, here is one of the power trucks with the original gears still inside, all right, except for the axle gears and the axles. And what I did was I used a hammer and a punches like these here. This one to get the initial driving out, and this one to push it out, through the wheel. And you start by doing it on the off gear side, not this side. You start by, I clamp it in my vise over here, right over there, and I clamp it in that vise, and then I go ahead and I punch through the wheels on this side, on the off side, so I don't damage the gears, okay? So, this is the original 3-rail wheel, and it has a 1.5 to 2 millimeter axle diameter, diameter for the axle, and this one is a Northwest Shortline wheel, 40-inch, 145 tread, with a 1 millimeter wheel, or eighth inch. Yeah, it's 1/8 inch axle bore. So this one, the 3-rail wheel, has almost twice the size of it. So what I do next is once I go ahead and I tap this out, I take the axle, okay, and I bring it over to my lathe. Okay, set this up here. Sorry if I'm moving around so much. And this is one of the axles, okay? It's an original 91TH axle. This one pounded out, it does suffer some damage unless you use a drift or pin or a punch of the same size as the axle, okay? So what I do is I go ahead and I take it and I chuck it in the vise, in the 3-jaw chuck I have here. And what I did was I went ahead and put it in here. I already did that side, so what I'm doing here is I'm going ahead and put it in this side. Make sure that that's hitting the chuck, using the Tommy bars to tighten the chuck. And then I turn on, let me set my lathe up a bit. Okay, turn the lathe on, set it in, and I know how I'm supposed to cut it, so here we go. You see, I just turn this down until it's the correct diameter. There we go. And once it's done the correct diameter, much like the other end of this is, let me get this out and pull this out, and you just turn it down until it matches. This one does not match yet because it's not turned down enough yet, but if you go on this side, it pretty much presses in. It's a loose press fit. Once again, you turn it down to the correct diameter, and it becomes on this one it's a loose press fit. I want a little bit of a tighter press fit on this, so now I got to turn this down a bit more for the other wheel. But this is a non-driven axle, so this is just practice. Why? Because this is the axle with the gear in it, so I got to pop the gear off or slide it off, and then turn down the axle right to there's a little ridge or space here right next to the gear, between the gear and this knurling, to show where the wheel goes, okay? Where this wheel is going to pop on. So when I go ahead and turn this down, the wheel's going to, I'm going to put the gear back on, and then the wheel back on. And it's actually, yeah, it's quite a simple operation. It's just doing it properly until you get the correct size diameter axle, and then you press it into the wheel, and then you press it into the block. Anyway, hope this video was informative, all right? And I hope you guys have a great new year, have a safe new year, have a lot of fun. I hope you surround a great company and great drink, all right? Have a good one. Talk to you next year. Bye-bye.